Welcome to Getting Doug with High. My guest this week, another great guest, super funny comedian, friend of mine for a while now, but I don't remember if we've ever smoked weed together.
I really oddly don't think we have.
I don't think we have. Big J Oakerson is here, everybody.
Thank you.
Yeah, let's smoke a Big J with Big J.
Let's do it. You know what's funny about that is we did a gig so many years ago, easily over a decade ago. We opened for Robert Kelly at like the Tempe Improv or something. We were both opening for him there, and for some reason we just didn't. I think
weird.
I think we were upset we were worried not to upset sober Bobby Kelly.
Oh, that was it. We just went out. Well, we still went to bars, didn't we?
But with him, like you kind of hung out.
Yeah, we
That's
went with him, but
where,
we didn't. But he wasn't drinking.
No, and that's the place where you get like. You're not supposed to hang with the staff. That place, remember, like the.
Oh, they might have had that kind of rule.
Yeah,
at that
the
time.
owner.
That guy Dan was in charge or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not there anymore.
That weird lizard guy.
Hey, Lizard Dan. Let's talk about some of the strains we're going to be using today. Are you a guy that has a preference between sativa and indica?
I don't. You know what's funny?
You just get high, right?
I smoke weed every day. Mm-hmm. I get high, and then if I was reminded what the difference of those two is, I would pick which one I like more. Right. But generally, I just kind of like smoke whatever weed is there.
Well, let me tell you about the two strains that we have today and what they are, and then you can tell me which one sounds better to you. The sativa, according to Leafly, is we have Super Silver Haze, which they say is one of the most popular sativas, and it's known for feeding creativity and lifting low moods. Are you feeling low today at all?
Yeah. I am feeling low today.
A quote says, the sun shines brighter. This is a review on Leafly. The sun shines brighter, the birds chirp louder, and squirrels are squirrelier, according to one review. So that's the one. And then we have Indica, which is the classic pineapple kush. And Leafly calls it a surprisingly uplifting indica hybrid with a mellow cerebral buzz. Yeah. Leaves you feeling talkative, relaxed, and functional. Sometimes talking and functional, shouldn't be in the same sentence.
Yeah.
Some of those guys, I'm one sometimes, just won't shut up.
When you get stoned?
Yeah.
You keep going? Yeah, no, I do that too. Do you say that sentence a lot?
You monologue.
But I end up saying the sentence a lot where you go, and by the way, I'm stoned, so if I'm just like rambling, stop me.
Yeah.
No one's ever done it, though. I wonder how I'd react if someone actually goes, yeah, you know what, dude?
Hey,
you are.
Zip
Stop.
it. That's enough. Enough of your hippie stoner ramblings.
No one's ever taken that hand I extend. Hey, you want to just tell me to shut up? Here's your chance. You always go, no. Ramble, please.
So those two sound kind of similar, and yet not the same. But I would guess you'd smoke either of those. Those both probably sounded all right.
I would smoke either of those, but the first one, what is it, Super Silver Haze? Mm-hmm. That sounded great because I like the uplifting a mood because I do like that very much. I like when weed does that, has that effect when you go into it a little bummed out and you come out like maybe it's a false sense of everything's going to be great, but
but it's still nice.
I'll take it for an hour.
It's nice to have, yeah.
And the creativity one because I really.
Here's some coffee for you, Mr. Oakerson. Oh, it's iced even.
An iced coffee.
Yeah, iced coffee in a Getting Doug with High mug.
Delish.
Or getting mugged with.
Getting mugged with Doug.
It's 4:19, so we got 1 minute to get our shit together. New York is where you live.
Yes, indeed.
And our friend Ari Shafir went to New York for a while and lived there for a while, came back and on this show made the statement that there is no good weed in New York City and that it never got him high.
That's so
He's
bizarre.
He's crazy, right?
He's absolutely crazy. He's being an LA snot, and I love Ari.
Me too.
I'm staying in his house while I'm here, in fact. That's how much I love that guy. I let me stay in his house.
You are putting stuff on all of his surfaces?
I've made it so it makes sense that he has 2 cushions in his house, a full-size bed. No, he's absolutely full of shit. He's smoked. Here's the thing: if you want quantity, because it's all illegal there. So the thing is, if you want quantity, you're going to suffer on quality, and if you want quality, it's going to be a lot for not that much. But the a lot for not that much is great, and the a lot Or I'm saying the a lot for not that much is good, and the a little for a lot of money is great.
You're already doing it, and you haven't even smoked yet.
Right? Stop me. I'm stoned, so stop me if this is annoying.
Yeah, please. Let's just sit here.
Enough,
Let's
dude.
just let people watch us sit and contemplate. But it's 420, so go ahead and pick any one of those. They all have the sativa in it. The only one that doesn't is the Willy Wonka pipe. So we'll put that one over here. But yeah, any one of those that you want to hit, and use that yellow lighter there, and let's.
What is this
hit
big
it right
industrial
now at
Ace Hardware machine?
Oh, we can hit that too in a second.
It's probably very fun to have like giggly girl comics come on. Just spend some time with you.
Yeah, I gotta say, like the one two-girl episode we did was probably my favorite, just for the sheer excitement of sitting here doing it to two attractive ladies.
Comics?
It's probably the most popular episode too, I think. And then Sarah Silverman and Todd Glass, people enjoyed a great deal.
Oh, that's huge.
Todd got too high, as Todd does. Yeah, he got so high he went back in the closet.
He went in the hallway and banged a chick. It was insanity.
That's how high he was.
He blew out the candles at his own show.
Oh no! This fell apart already.
Curses.
I'm always worried about this thing. It's called Plenty, and it's from the folks that make the Volcano. Stores in Bickle. You do?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. That's what we use on the live show.
Oh, really?
Where we sometimes we do it in front of an audience over at Largo.
Yeah.
Me and 5 guests just get high. The next one's on March 18th. But sometime when you're in town and can do this is so weird.
That is weird. You know the guy who lives in the basement of the comic strip in New York? This is the maintenance guy who just kind of lives down there. It's like his evil workshop. No, he doesn't live there, but I mean, like, it is like his evil workshop. It's like the whole underneath of the comic strip is this weird Irish immigrant guy, but he has a volcano and he modifies the bags to be like, these like 4 or 5 foot bags, and he just passes them around to everybody. And then you have to listen to him just really Irish through a story that you'll never understand when he's talking, and you just have to nod if you want a delicious sour diesel weed. You have to listen to them just like
watching Brad Pitt in Snatch without the subtitles.
It's that bad. It's like it's equally that bad. And you know what's funny? You mentioned those. I've never watched any of those movies. Snatch I gave 3 seconds to. Once I hear that accent, when it gets a little too Cockney, I don't care about any of these characters. I don't want to see what happens.
He's so good though, that Brad Pitt in that one, and there's a lot of bare knuckle boxing. But
Fight Club. I want to see him top us.
That's true too.
Top us fighting. I'll watch Fight Club.
But then Meatloaf comes along with those giant man titties and ruins the whole experience.
Oh, I know. When I have my hair done, I've been called Meatloaf more than once on stage. Yeah, it hurts.
That is not nice.
I know. And I have a hanky in my back pocket that I carry so that I can really whip out the impression when when called upon.
All right, so you just pull this handle here as you
the weed gun?
as you inhale from there, and that's loaded up with a sativa as well, and should hit pretty nicely. It's smooth. It just takes a little while to get it going.
Look at that.
Look at it. Let's do your high history, buddy. When was the first time you smoked weed? And what was like the occasion? Like why?
I started a little bit later with it, especially with any kind of regularity. But first time was with my friends. I was after high school, I think. I graduated high school already, maybe 17 or 18 years old, and I smoked with some buddies on this golf course. We went back to my house. I said it's not doing anything for an hour and a half, and then fell asleep.
So it made you sleepy, but
I guess, but I didn't think it was doing anything. I was like, I don't get it. I just don't get it, guys.
Yeah, it might not have been, just might not have been a fun feeling. My first time was just like, like a pinner joint being passed around, and I didn't know what, I didn't even smoke cigarettes, so I just didn't think it worked, I just didn't. I think it's pretty common story. Might have to cut this segment from the show. I'll just say to each guest, so your first time it didn't work, and then you found out later that it did work, and now you like it.
Is that always? Right. That's always the story?
Pretty much. I mean, some people just got into it right away, but so now you were saying that you smoke pretty much daily, like when you wake up in the morning. Like you don't have to drive a car. You live in New York.
I do drive though. I drive every day. Yeah.
And it's that helps you, like you feel more calm, or
It was a skill to learn driving. So the first time I drove stoned, I was actually like, I shouldn't do this. Like this was
yeah. We
everything.
try not to recommend it on the show.
I don't even know if I said I would not recommend it. I guess, but now that I've just kind of like, you know,
I think people are very good at it. I think that's part of why. Part of the story can't be, look at all these accidents that are being caused by stoned people in states where it's legal. Like, that's not happening.
Yeah.
You know?
You do get good at it. And I think I am. Like, I could do it no problem. But at the first, I was pretty scared. But I do drive, but it's not even that. It's, here's the stone kicking in. What? No, I don't smoke all day, though. Like, I don't, because I have a daughter, so she's 11. So I don't smoke until when I go out to do comedy.
You both take a break around nap time.
Yeah. You know, we pop on Pink Floyd. And
but when you're out doing sets around New York, you're probably smoking in between and enjoying the, you know, that can be kind of rough getting from club to club. It's not that much fun. So
yeah, every cool club
get high and just chill.
Every cool club has a place you could like smoke, which is pretty neat.
Yeah, Sherrod calls it the front steps.
Yeah, he's right. Have you had Sherrod on here yet?
No.
But you're right.
But yeah, I spoke with that guy. He does not care. He just smokes right on the steps of the club.
He makes me feel like it's legal there.
Yeah.
In New York. And honestly, it oddly is.
He's going to run a lot faster when you guys get pinched.
Yeah. It's but it almost is right there, especially over by the Comedy Store where we kind of know the cops, which is pretty funny. We had a cop over there one time come down and talk to us, and he goes, he's like, I'm envious of you guys. I wish I could smoke. I can't because they do test us. And he goes, but I don't even care about weed. And this is funny because you can see he's trying to relate and brag to us about something. But he goes, yeah, check my arrest records. I don't have no weed arrests and no DUIs. And I was like, and my first thing I was like, oh, that's cool. And I was like, wait, what? Like. No, man, you should really arrest DUIs.
Drunk people like, go, cool guy.
Yeah, like, you're being cool because you're going to release some weapon back on the streets again, you moron. Like, why would you brag to me about that? Like, have zero weed arrests and every DUI.
Yeah, the zero weed arrest is a perfect brag. Like, you don't need to go on to win over people.
Yeah, why would he goes, he goes, and if a guy's hitting this woman below the face, I don't take him in.
That didn't happen.
No, that part didn't. No cop would say that out loud.
No, but they think it all the time. Let's do a Twitter question. Jay, this is from our friend Jeff Tate 96. He's kind of obsessed with one thing, and you'll find out what it is at the end of this question. What's your favorite episode of Cheers?
The one when Carla's son wanted to change his name to El Duce. Or El Duque, right? What is it? Mussolini's
We're asking
name?
this question every week from now on. Because that was I defy anyone else to spit out an answer as quickly as you did and not make a face like, why is he asking me this?
Sounds like a great question. If you want me to go look up that episode, Cheers.
El Duce.
When Carla LeBeck.
I bet you Jeff loves that one too, don't you, Jeff? Tweet at us, Jeff, and tell us your response to that question.
Yes, that'd be funny. He goes, that episode sucks. That Big J's a jerk off. That's his response.
No, you just wrote the tweet for him. Pot topics. Let's do them. Let's talk about what's going on in pot. Yeah, we had the little song. I stepped on it. The official report on the taxes generated for the first full month of recreational marijuana sales in Colorado is in. Let's guess. Let's play a game, Jay. You get to guess how much was raked in total and how much of that was in taxes going to the state.
I don't know how much was raked in total, but and this might be a wrong number. It might have been a different time frame here, but like 180-some million in taxes.
180 million?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Where did you hear that on? We don't understand how numbers work?
Yeah, it may have been
weekly.
No,
says the $14 million in sales.
Right.
And then $2 million of that in taxes.
I thought Colorado had some crazy high number.
Well, I thought that number was crazy high.
That is crazy high.
For 1 month.
Yeah, for 1 month, I guess.
So, yeah. But good guess.
Well, how long has it been legal?
Thanks for playing.
How long has it been legal in Colorado for?
Just since Jan 1.
That was the first time.
And people on New Year's Day, overnight, and then on the morning of New Year's Day, people were like lined up to get in there and be the first. And one guy I don't know if this is worth pursuing, but one guy, they say, is the first person to have purchased legal weed in Colorado, and I guess he's probably got a publicist or something, and somebody reached out about, you should have him on the show.
We should find out what had the longer line, the first weed dispensary in Colorado, or when they opened that Nike only Air Jordan store in New York, which also had like a terrifying line of young black teenagers wrapped around the city.
I would bet on the shoes. Those tennis shoe lines are insane. Like how dedicated they are to get.
You just showed our age that you said tennis shoe, and I just agreed with you.
How did? Why do they even need shoes if they're just going to sit in front of stores all day?
Needs to get comfortable feet to wait in line for the next Jordans.
Yeah. Hot topic number 2, also from our friends in Denver, Colorado, the state of Denver, I like to call it. Tomorrow is the first ever job fair for the marijuana industry called Canna Search. Businesses that will be looking for employees include lots of dispensaries, the Cannabis Hemp Academy, an online school, and My 420 Tours, which runs marijuana-themed adventure tours. I like the word adventure in there. Like a marijuana-themed tour is going to be an adventure because you're going to be lost.
So they're having a job fair so you can get a job at these places. They're saying, hey, look at a career into this.
Yeah. Let's do this, Colorado.
Yeah, what are some great...
Let's all... The state's just going to turn into a commune where all the people do is work in the marijuana industry and then consume their own product.
Could you not sit here for the next 2 hours and just think of hilarious pothead jobs to do in Colorado? Like, do you want to have a job as you point at cool things to other potheads and go, whoa, dude, look. Dude, look at that cloud. Dude, look at that art on that sign.
That would be nice to have that.
That's a great job. Dude, look. I'm a professional dude, look.
Yeah, you asking for directions? Can't help you.
That's not my gig, man.
But did you see that? Did you see that big bear over there? In front of the convention center, there's a giant bear.
That's not really my thing, bro. But look at that 7-foot tranny, man. Is that a dude or a chick, bro? I don't know.
You haven't gotten in trouble for using that word yet?
What?
Tranny? Yeah, they don't like it.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I know. I thought it was a cute word. I didn't think it was meant,
what do they want to be called?
That badly. I think comedians use it because it's just, it's also like if you're talking about your car, I think it's funny to say that I dropped my tranny.
Yeah.
I think it's funny. It's a weird word to add a Y or an IE at the end of.
Why
I guess it's just they probably is also something they don't like.
What do those people want to be called?
Yeah, it's probably condescending. They want to be called transgender.
Oh,
but that's not a funny word to say at the end of a sentence like you did earlier.
Isn't that funny? Like with all formal names, like our first names, like we all like kind of prefer the nickname, And then with like all that, it's like they really want to be called, broken down to like the most fucking Latin medical school terms forever,
Well, you must love that you can shorten Jebediah to just J.
Yeah. Yeah.
My name's Jebediah.
Yeah. Who's gonna want to hear about me when I talk about my Amish roots?
My whole life, I know someone doesn't. I've never met them before and don't know who they are, and they don't know me when they call me Douglas. Like, no one calls me Douglas.
Oh, yeah.
Ever.
That's when it's bill collectors calling.
Right?
Is Douglas there? What?
No, they just say, is the stoner there? Is the guy that doesn't remember how to pay bills there? I got the money, I just forgot to send it in.
Right. Hey, Stoner, this is your Peanut Butter of the Month Club subscription. You haven't paid.
I thought I had another Twitter question for you somewhere. Oh, here it is. Ask Oakerson. This is from @Jihad Oviknidlik. I don't know what
My favorite
that
episode of
says.
Perfect Strangers.
That's a crazy name. Jaho Doug. No, that's not it. Anyway, it's on the screen. How are you related to Pablo Escobar?
Escobar?
Yeah, that's got to be wrong, right?
Let's guess.
Yeah,
Let's guess
and
wrong.
that's as written by this guy who also his name was he just went on the keyboard, and that's his Twitter handle. So I guess it's Pablo Escobar, and you're related to him?
No, but let's give it a shot. Let's see if I get 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon it. Me to Pablo Escobar. Colombian drug lord, yes. Looking for people with glasses to tell me if I'm right. Fact check that. He's Colombian, yeah?
Yeah, I think so, but I'm going to look it up.
Why are people with
wait.
glasses
Who is?
smarter than people that don't have glasses?
He's Colombian
Why
because
are
they're
people
smart
with
enough
a
to.
handicap?
Colombian drug lord.
They're smart enough to go get glasses. The rest of us just look weird.
I need glasses.
Not trannies, you're right.
Yeah,
But
yeah. I knew
trans?
that.
They're called
Trans.
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 But not tranny.
Yeah.
No.
But whatever the
lame.
joke you were saying wouldn't have been funny if you said trans.
True.
It's not a fun word.
So he's a Colombian drug lord. Okay, so here we go.
Born 49.
6 Degrees Kevin Bacon.
Played by
Oh, this is simple. What
played
am I
by
talking-
Vince in Entourage, I think.
This is all I have to. It's simple. My daughter is half Colombian, so someone in her family probably, banged one of those guys. Done.
You think that's what Jihad Wakahihi is going at after?
No,
Like, what joke do you think he's even trying to make?
He possibly, I don't know, nothing.
All right. Well, this show is by high people for high people.
He just wants to know how
So you're
I
going to
am.
get a question like that every once in a while. Are you married to a guy?
Does he want to know how I relate to
are you
him?
related?
Maybe. like, do I relate to Pablo Escobar as a drug lord? No, I don't.
That's not your thing?
It's not. Drug lording has not been my thing for years. When I was in the black circuit, maybe a little bit more. I started comedy in the black circuit. I was a little more of a drug lord.
You really did do comedy in the black circuit?
That's all I
like
did, yeah.
That's really a thing?
Yeah, for like my
I mean,
first
that
2
they
years.
would they'd let a white guy in. Were you were like a rare one, or
No, I wasn't. I was a very common one, actually. A
lot of white dudes doing it?
Me and Metzger started out.
Kurt
together.
Metzger, yeah.
Started out in that scene in Philly, and he was rare because he was so funny in that scene, and just like against the grain of what they wanted. They hated him most of the time. I immediately, by week 2 of open mic, I was like, oh, I just want to kill. So I'm like, let me throw on a baggy pair of jeans and, just like I totally dressed the part in FUBU jerseys and all that shit. And I was like, what up, yo? Y'all meet a bitch up at the club. I just did that for 2 years. It was me and Kevin Hart. Me and Kevin Hart and Kurt all started together in Philly.
I mean, that shit makes you a real strong comic, and then it's just, then you got to, the fate decides, or you decide if you're going to be strong and smart or strong and just,
Sure,
just
no, absolutely. No,
easy.
it took a lot. It was funny when we came to New York. Ultimately, we had a lot. I had a lot of like changing to do with comedy, where Kurt didn't have to change as much. Like he was pretty, he would eat so much shit in that black circuit, but it's like I couldn't go in front of like a weekend of paying tourists of everything.
A greenhead, as we like to say.
Of everything from, black, Indian, Asian, white, whatever crowd, and, being like, when you're dancing with a bitch up in a club, they're not going to buy this or relate. It's not real anyway. I was completely faking it,
Yeah, yeah.
So I had a lot more like to learn. But what it did harden me to was like just any kind of like discomfort in the room and that kind of shit, and dealing with that kind of like, the adversity where the crowd's being adversarial towards you. So I remember when I passed the comic strip, it was funny. There was only like 10 people in the audience, and it was DC Benny or some comic he's like, wow, you passed that night? He goes, I was up there. There was only like 10 people in the crowd. I was like, yeah, but they wanted to listen to comedy. Like I just came out of a situation where it's like, you say like, what's up, everybody? And they're like, fuck you, white boy. And like, all right. I was threatened and all kinds of shit. So it was like, that part of it was kind of easy, but learning how to like tell jokes without taking my clothes off or whatever.
Do you know how long that story took you to tell? If you had to guess.
I'm gonna clock that 7:37.
We'll find out after this.
What the stairs to a Canadian animation studio. You thought we had a receptionist, didn't you? Haha, we don't, because we're broke. But look at these big ceilings and the sprinkler system. The place is cool if there was anybody in it. They're all gone to lunch drinking at the pub. Here's some couches where we make out with interns. Over here's where our boss is supposed to be. He's not in, but he left his dog so we can take him for a walk and feed him. Say hi, Chicken Lickin'. Woohoo! This is our stink pipe. It's full of crap. We put a bow on it so people won't lean on it. Here's Mitch. He draws pictures and does a whole bunch of stuff. Sharon's our sales girl, woman, person, and she looks up things on the web for us. We like coffee. Pours it in a cup, puts some sugar in it, stir it up, and put a lid on it. Here's Jessica. She's really angry all the time because nobody can hit a friggin' deadline.
Death is just a part of life, but grosser. Snip out the crotch of your tights. Let your vagina breathe.
Hey, we're back, and the answer to the question I posed before the break was that it was about a minute. You thought it was 7 minutes, but you know, there's no wrong answers here. There's only
Time's all relative.
silliness. There's always too fucked up to deal. So yeah, go ahead and hit that that pipe, and I will. I'm going to move up to the indica and give it a try. See what's going on with it.
Now, you think you'd feel a difference from, you just smoked this a few minutes ago, like now you would feel a different effect from that, from a different kind?
Well, I'm always, yeah, that's the thing. I'm always impressed by the guys at like Cannabis Cup, you know, events that, you know, smoke a bunch of different kinds and can somehow distinguish
What's happening different
between
to them?
and what's happening different, yeah. I mean, I like that when I mix them that it just, you know, kind of just seems to just keep taking me higher, you know, in terms of high, but I can't distinguish between what did what and how, and you know, I don't get into any of the, you know, science of it.
And you're wake and bake the whole deal, yeah?
Some days I don't. Like tomorrow I have to audition for some TV show where, you know, the word stoned wasn't anywhere in there, so probably a good idea to not be stoned. Get high right after.
Do you get shit mood when you're not stoned?
Not really. I mean, I just, you know, I'm easily aggravated and, you know, high-strung. And so, like, the smoking weed all the time just, you know, gives everybody this lovable personality that they all like so much.
If not, I'd be clawing everybody in the face. You call this a fucking podcast?
I would be vicious. I would be terrible to work for. Now the only downside to working for me is that I'm constantly saying, I didn't say that.
Because you don't fully recall.
You do it right next time.
That was not me. That was not me. If that went wrong, that was not me.
I have on several occasions actually said, I think I asked you for this, but you know what? You were right. We should do it the other way, you know? Because you know, that's what I love about being high is that you know, you make interesting decisions that you might have to fix later.
Do you ever have weed give you like has it ever fostered anxiety, or you smoke too much?
Yes, you know, I told one story on this show already, I think, about one time that I felt too high and had to do a show that, you know, was difficult to do because of it, like, because I was kind of freaking out, but I still got through it. I was still able to do it.
Do you, it's so funny, too, and maybe I've just, like, maybe you numb yourself to it with, like, tolerance or something, but, like, I really, whenever they show, like, you know, anything that's kind of got like weed humor in it, or, you know, like some kind of a movie where someone's smoking weed, like, I would always believe if someone was doing like the stone where they're too like, oh man, can you believe it? No, Jesus, woo. Like, if it's like, you're always faking that. You gotta be faking that. That's never, and it's a shame, but that's how kind of like stoner is represented. Like, it's like the trippy, like, oh man, the stars and the earth and the government's taking our money and turning it into tech.
Yeah, I don't, you know, I'm not a big fan of most of the cliches, you know, like the, I mean, I have fun with the memory thing, but the munchies, that's no fun to me, you know, like that's why people write all the time, why don't you have food on the show? And it's just kind of like, because we'd sit here and eat it, like, you know.
Annoyingly.
Disgusting. Yeah. Ari Shafir, though, brought treats. That was kind of fun. But that was all like candy and stuff.
You should have hilarious foods to eat while you're doing a show.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Now
like
people are going to agree with you.
Slices of cheese. Just really muck up the mouth.
Now I'm stuck with that idea.
Cheese and water.
I got a food podcast, you know, I'll do the chewing into the microphone over there. But I'm going to hit this crazy thing that I have yet to do it successfully. Guests have come on and done it the right way, but I always do it wrong, and they always instruct me how I should be doing it. So I really want to succeed.
Is there a carb on that bad boy?
Yeah, right here.
All right.
And you just gotta. It's weird. So let's see if I can do it. Yeah, can't get all the smoke. Can't get it all out.
You did pretty great.
I get a big hit, but I don't. Other guests have been able to pull it all through, and I can't get it fucking right.
I just realized. Let me hit this. And I'm gonna tell you why I think you're a genius.
Okay.
You sit on that for a second.
Let's both hit something, because I'm guessing that's probably why.
Not even close.
Because the smoke just swirls around in there. I swear. Can you do it, Gabe? Yeah.
I've heard stories of people doing it. Here's why you're a genius. You've somehow figured out to take what could easily be one concept of smoking weed, eating food, and watching movies, and broke that somehow over 3 different podcasts. That's fantastic work, my
separate
friend.
shows. Thanks.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, a couple guests have been on here have pointed out to me that what a scam my entire podcasting career is. But, you know.
3 hours.
Talk about what you know.
That's right. You do what you love.
Or in the case of this show, talk about what you've forgotten.
Yeah,
and
the money will come.
Yeah, exactly. Let's do a pot quiz, Hop Shot. I'll name a movie, and you tell me if it has a pot smoking scene in it. All right. So this is combining two of my loves, weed and movies. The Descendants.
I never saw it.
George Clooney.
I'm gonna say George Clooney.
Rob Hubel's in that.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's weird.
I was gonna say George Clooney. Lame. No weed. Rob Hubel.
Oh, I didn't say that to try to throw you off, but yeah, Rob. We're trying to get Rob on the show sometime. He's a.
But he'll show up in a no. I'm gonna say no.
The answer is no. Drugs are implied but never shown.
I was like an Asian kid there with my deductive reasoning.
Yeah. This next one's a real easy one for me because, well, I'll explain why after we get done with it, but the movie is American Beauty.
Is there a weed smoking
Kevin
scene?
Spacey.
Oh, yeah, right? He's midlife crisis, and he does smoke weed, right?
Yes.
And then he dreams about, like, pounding out that chick.
Yeah, Mina Suvari is in there. He's the one that he sees her with all the rose petals on. Like, I don't see shit like that because I'm high.
Yeah.
You know, a naked girl with rose petals. I see that because I pay for it. I make it happen.
You make it happen, actually. I got the extra scratch, right?
Yeah.
Bring that chick in here with some rose petals. Bring in a 17-year-old with rose petals all over.
Yeah, he smokes a joint in front of his wife, and she gets all pissed off, and he smokes it like meets the guy outside of a restaurant. But then there's discussion of how much the weed costs and how great it is, and it all seems a little off, the numbers. Don't they say something like it's like $1,000 or something?
Are they trying to scam him or something?
Anyone? American Beauty?
They're really trying to deter kids.
Best Picture?
Maybe heard of it?
Yeah, maybe.
Little man by the name of Kevin fucking Spacey.
What about pot in The Hangover, Part Uno?
Oh, I did see that.
Not the sequels, which that's a confusing question because I could barely tell you which happened in which one now that I've seen all of them.
I don't think I saw them all. I did see that first one, and I'll say no.
Correct.
No, yeah, because that's right. It's all after the debauchery.
There's alcohol and roofies, but no marijuana. Yeah.
That's great.
So great.
So
finally,
so great.
A movie where there's a whole bunch of horrible things happen because if everyone had just gotten high and fallen asleep in their hotel room.
What's the best weed scene in a movie ever?
Oh, best ever.
I'll tell you the best weed in a cartoon thing ever is I'll tell you what, if I had to give any stoned advice to the world, or if anyone watching this takes anything home, watch American Dad. It's on for you free every night on Cartoon Network. I DVR that.
Take that home, everybody.
Take that home.
From
That
your
show
experience
is
today.
great, and the weed episode of American Dad is one of the funniest.
Oh, I gotta check that. I gotta check that episode out.
It's called Joint Custody. It's great.
All right. That's
really
cool.
funny.
I mean, Seth MacFarlane always seems to be pretty pro marijuana. I don't believe he does it himself.
No.
I think he's kind
I
of
would say-
square in that
I
area.
think he's probably square across the board, no?
Yeah, maybe he doesn't even drink.
I bet he
I
doesn't.
think he's one of those.
Yeah, I really bet he doesn't. I think he's like
Those
a total...
people get a lot of stuff done.
I know, piece of shit.
Yeah.
3 cartoons.
Oscar hosting A-hole.
Dickbag. Let's call him. Anybody guys know? Let's call him. Let's curse him out.
I really wanted Ellen DeGeneres to do a song about boobs this year, you know, as a tribute to his song about boobs. Or dicks. She could have done every movie where somebody showed their dick.
Or yeah, or at least that's what would have made her angry.
She'd have to name 3 Kevin Bacon movies.
She would have burned a hole through that pantsuit. How dry her vagina would have been. Singing a song about dicks. It'd be like her pussy sucked a lemon.
Well, let's do one more. How are we doing on time? Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
No?
It's implied that Ed smokes weed, but we never see him doing it.
No.
Yeah, that's
Goddamn
weird. It
zombie
feels
movie.
like you saw him doing it.
Goddamn
That's how
zombie
good.
movie.
That's how good Nick Frost is. That guy's an awesome actor.
Are there any scenes in that End of the World movie where they don't smoke weed? That was the joke of the whole movie. This is the end?
Oh yeah.
With Seth Rogen?
But at the World's End with Simon Pegg,
I didn't see that one.
I'm trying to remember if they smoke weed. I don't think they do, but maybe they do. Can we put that one in the next?
I'll tell you what made me want to smoke weed and watching it in movies was like 70s movies. 70s movies, like pot smoking always looked so much cooler.
Well, that's when you said the best scene. Like everybody's super casual about it in a lot of movies in the 70s, but the best scene I think, just in terms of like, just kind of turning it around, is in Poltergeist, when the parents at the very beginning of the movie are smoking weed in the bedroom and acting silly together. He's like sucking in his stomach and stuff. And then the kids come in and catch him, and they throw it in a cigar box really quickly that they obviously keep all that shit in all the time. And it's just so casual in a movie that, like, that was, even though it was a horror movie, it was PG, and families went to it, you know?
Yeah, it is.
And it was very casual. It was very like, that's what parents do.
I absolutely remember the scene, but I would have never like recalled that scene until I saw it again. You know, that's interesting. Yeah.
And then second place would be the 3 women smoking in 9 to 5, just because they were all icons, and they're sitting there passing a joint around, and all they're doing is just, you know, cracking each other up and laughing. You know, they overdo it, obviously, like, you know,
what's your
person that laughs until they fall over.
What's your favorite shit to watch when you're stoned, or is it different every time? Sometimes it's a movie, sometimes it's like
People always want to know what's the best movie watch stoned. I never have an answer.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't even say what's the best movie. I'm almost saying what's the actual like the medium. You want to watch like a movie? Are you a documentary while you're stoned? Like funny cartoon, funny sitcom?
You know what? Like in its heyday, like the
video?
best years of The Simpsons, that was really fun to get high every week and watch The Simpsons. But any comedy, you know, like I would get high and watch Seinfeld and laugh my ass off.
Yeah, I like comedy a lot of times, but I think my favorite's like live. I like to go on YouTube and just like pick like live music shit to, you know, like just like Black Sabbath 1976 and just watch like live video, like music videos. Like I dig that stuff. I think it's my favorite
done that.
thing. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Just take a tour and get lost in it. You know, you start Fleetwood Mac shit and just like, I like to watch those ones too, like the 70s bands, because that's, again, you smoke weed and you're just like, I like to smoke with the hemostats. And then watch like 70s rock and wish I was like, you know, in the band.
I mean, I just was guessing from the mime work that you did what a hemostat is. I don't think I've ever heard it called that.
Yeah, the roach clip, but with the actual scissors.
Yeah.
They're called hemostats.
Did you see our fun roach clip here? That you have a little frog face that you could just stick the roach in and then just suck
Oh, it's hilarious.
it out the other end. Yeah, it's kind of looks funny.
What a bunch of awesome
I did it
paraphernalia.
once, and then there were pictures of me all over the internet looking like I'm kissing the back of a tiny frog head. We got to go to another break, but we've got, as regular viewers know, we got one more fun thing to do when we come back, and that's a lot of plugs. We'll be right back.
Creating this full moon effect with the clouds, you know, classic wolf movie where the clouds reveal the moon and then he wolfs out. So I've attached 2 tags onto the ends of these clouds, these purple night clouds, because at night clouds are purple. So now I'm making Brian Posehn out of paper. These are his teeny tiny glasses that I'm cutting out, and they're a pain in the ass.
I think I left my sunglasses at your pound house. Can you take a look?
I'm sorry, man. I can't look for them right now. I'm literally walking out the door. We got Blake Griffin on the podcast.
All right, well, I'm driving around. I need the sunglasses.
I'll find them for you tomorrow. I gotta go. Bye.
I need to, because I can't see with the sun in my eye.
Talking about Ari Shaffir, now I have a new theory. Maybe that was a bit he was doing, like that the weed in New York is bad.
Trying to take a shit on New York.
Well, the next time he goes back there, a lot of people are going to step up and be like, "Here's why you're wrong," and get him really high for free.
Just when I think he's being a jerk off, you're right. He's brilliant. He is brilliant. Ari Shaffir's fan base, for the crossover me and him have, like. He is amazing. I've never been in a city in this country for more than fucking 5 hours before if Ari Shaffir just tweets that I'm there, like somebody comes on a fucking bicycle if they have to and brings me weed. And, I mean, generally speaking.
Yeah,
and everywhere from like free to like cheap, and it's like always great shit. And the guys are always like, they're his fans, you know, but they're always like genuinely pretty cool guys, like, you know.
Yeah.
None of them like ever like you know that weird thing when someone comes to see on the road and then you're like, this fucking dude's gonna want to hang
best
out.
friend.
Yeah, it's like this guy's gonna want to really kick it for way longer than I wanted. But these guys always kind of come and they smoke, which I like that. They hang for like 15 minutes and then they split. There's always like come to the shows. They're great.
They're super good at it, and they're awesome, and I totally appreciate that. And it kind of makes you want to invite them in, you know, because they're like, keeps them interesting.
As the fat chick in me comes out, why you guys want to leave so fast? You guys want to hang out for a couple hours.
I don't make these cards, but it's still fun that on a pot show we've got number 4 was Shaun of the Dead, answer no, and then number 8 is Shaun of the Dead. Like I could have stumbled into that and just read it again, and then we're so high, maybe you would still not be sure what the answer was.
Because you know what, I'm gonna throw.
Maybe that's why they did it. You guys put it in there twice to make that joke, because that's pretty solid. This is the part of the show where you get the privilege of being entertained one-on-one by our house magician, Gabe the Magnificent. So please watch this magic trick. It's Gabe time. I'm going to be right here if you need anything.
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, you're going to go there? Okay, here we go.
All right, I've got 8 cards here. I've got some court cards and some number cards, so you have a little bit of a choice. But there's only 8. I just want you to put your finger on any one of these cards. Okay, the ace. Is there any reason you chose that one?
I was trying to pick the one that I feel like you weren't trying to make me pick.
That's fair. All right. What's interesting, though, is I actually took every one of these cards from the same yellow deck, except for one of them, the Ace of Diamonds.
Nice.
That one is red on the back. All the other ones are yellow. Thanks, Gabe.
That was great. I'm a sucker for magic.
You love that shit.
I really do.
I don't think, has there been a single guest that hasn't been like, that was great? Even one or two times the trick didn't work right, and they were still like, That
It didn't work right?
That was awesome. Yeah, every once in a while. Let's not dwell on it.
If it didn't work right, I'd make it a whole thing.
He always makes it right. The next show, he comes on and does it right.
I want to believe.
Unheard of in television. The magician fucks up and then comes back the next show. Bam, nails it.
No, wait. This time, that Statue of Liberty is going to be gone this time. I swear to God.
Most shows you don't get that second time, but this show you do. What's your plug, man? You got one big plug. You can see Big J Oakerson recording a Comedy Central CD at The Stand in New York City on March 20th.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, get baked out of your goddamn minds.
Oh yeah, and go
and
because
go
it is
laugh at this man.
It's a crowd work album, so.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah, get baked because I'm gonna be, and then we're gonna see where that goes.
Do you know what? Does it have a name yet? Do you know what you're gonna call it?
Now, maybe what's your fucking deal?
Do you know if it's a boy or a girl? On Thursday, March 27th, I'm doing the show to benefit the legal defense of podcasting. Do you podcast much on the East Coast? Do you go like a guest on people's shows?
I'm a guest. I do one. I have my own.
What's yours called?
Legion of Skanks. Check it out on iTunes.
I just tweeted today that this is a good time of year to hang out at McDonald's if you want to hook up with some Shamrock Skanks. Shamrock Skanks, it's hard to say. Anyway, so, you know, these patent trolls are trying to sue Adam Carolla and all of us into paying to be able to put podcasts on iTunes. And so Adam Carolla, Jimmy Kimmel, Mark Maron, me, Redondo Beach Performing Arts Center, and tickets are available at laughstub.com. So that's a benefit to raise money for this legal defense. Because Adam's going to fight it. He's going to fight him all the way.
They're trying to make it that you guys got to pay to be all podcasts?
Yeah, they want a piece of the action. They want, like, whatever profits are made for podcasting, they want a part of it for having done nothing other than thinking, oh, all we got to do is get the patent on sequencing. It's about sequencing and, like, the way we put who the guests are on our lists of podcasts on iTunes. It's the dumbest, it's ridiculous, but it's real, and they expect you a lot of times to just pay them to get it to go away. You know, they think Adam would just pay them, and he's like, fuck it, I'm going to fight it. Tickets go on sale Friday at noon, Ticketmaster.com for Kevin and Bean's April Foolishness at the Shrine Auditorium on April 5th. That's another show with me in it. I'm not sitting here naming shows I'm not in. Plus the aforementioned Adam Carolla, Patton Oswalt, the aforementioned Mark Maron, a lot of aforementioning. And this Monday night, I will be sitting in on both Master Pancake shows at Alamo Drafthouse Ritz in Austin, Texas. Drafthouse.com for tickets. They might already even be gone because those Master Pancake guys are very popular. And Getting Dug with High, mentioned it earlier, live at Largo, Tuesday, March 18th, largo-la.com. Discount code GetDug. I beg of you, use the discount code so you only pay $20 to watch 6 people get really high on stage.
Is that what you do? 5 guests?
Yeah. So the next time you're out in California, if you're here on a night when we do it, I'd love to have you on that.
I'd love to do it, yeah.
Yeah, because you held up quite nicely today, and I think we're a little over, a couple minutes over, but pretty close.
Not bad.
Yeah.
We were sharp.
Big J Oakerson, thank you.
Thank you so much for having me on.
We'll see you next Wednesday. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe to my channel, youtube.com/Doug Benson.